At the moment, I'm pretty wrapped up in a big Monkey Island series going into a deep dive of every game. I've completed my Secret of Monkey Island video and I'm currently working on the Monkey Island 2 one.
Even when I was thinking about doing this series months and even years ago, one extra video I wanted to include was a video about Pirate Doom, a total conversion for, well, Doom. It's not just the pirate theming, this one is literally a Monkey Island and Doom crossover.
How could I not talk about it? It's like two of my favourite games that are joyfully violent baby.
You may all be aware that I've been a big advocate for Doom mods for a while. And yes, it's pronounced WOD, like Harry Enfield talking about money.
Oi you! Shut your mouth and look at my wad!
I used to pronounce it WAD for some reason. That's on me, I'm always learning. But you know how long I've been talking about Doom mods. In fact, the original vision for my channel was just talking about mods actually. I almost became Mr. Icarus.
And then the point and click nation attacked.
But it's nice to sometimes delve into these little fan-made creations because the quality levels are often immensely good. And sometimes they're not, but hey, you can't win them all. So where did Pirate Doom come from? Well, creator Arch started out by modifying some of the original Doom enemies to look more nautical. This eventually spiraled into every monster getting a cute pirate makeover. And soon after that, it became a whole mod with its own set of levels. This process started in 2012 and wrapped up in 2013, and god, the result is something pretty special. You see, Pirate Doom utilizes GZDoom, which means it can do a whole lot more than base Doom can, boasting more advanced hardware features. This means that mods designed for GZDoom can go the extra mile and do some stuff you might not ever expect from Doom at all.
I'm actually going to put a spoiler warning for this video, as weird as that might be. If you have any interest in playing this mod at all, I'd really recommend doing that first. It's really something you'd have to experience for yourself.
So with all that out the way, let's dive in and see what this game has to offer. Oh, and we'll be on ultraviolence. Naturally. The first level, called On Board, is an excellent introduction to the whole affair. It's a pirate ship, of course. It also happens to have LeChuck's theme as the background music, which is a great way to get me instantly excited. And we're introduced to reskins of our most basic enemies, the classic Zombie Man and the Imp. Nothing drastic here, but both have been changed up to suit the piratical mood. The Zombie Man is the most simple one, but they're firing muskets now instead of a rifle, and they're talking like pirates. The Imps, on the other hand, have a hat. But wait, get this. If you kill an imp, the hat flies off and floats down. It's incredible. And on top of that, it's actually a hat taken from LeChuck's Monkey Island 2 sprite, so extra points there.
All of this just makes me so happy.
The imps also throw flaming knives instead of fireballs, which is just a cute detail, especially when those knives stick in walls. Weapon-wise, you have the flintlock pistol and cutlass to begin with. Both are more powerful than your average Doom weaponry, actually. The flintlock fires more quickly than Doom's default pistol, and the cutlass is like if you had the berserk power-up all the time. But you can still get the berserk power-up in this mod too. And what is it?
It's spinach! What else would it be?
The cutlass is a genuinely good weapon compared to the regular Doom Guy fists, allowing you to do a dash attack with the alternate fire. It's really handy for closing the distance and getting a quick attack in. This mod makes up for giving you more powerful weapons by throwing a lot more enemies at you. But to begin with, it's just the basic boys. As you descend this ship, the mod flexes its muscles a bit more, showing off a spooky lower deck that has more reverb, different mood lighting, and a thunderstorm outside. It's really impressive stuff. And after we find out the demons have stolen our key, we have to head back up and fight through some more pirates to get it back. With the demon pirates fought off for the time being, the next level takes us to Melee Island?
Melee Island? Like the Melee Island from Monkey Island 1 and 4?
Wow, that's neat. And actually, it's not technically the first time I've played on Melee Island in an FPS game. Okay, well, it's not quite Melee Island here. I mean, if you want to be really technical, Melee Island is over that way. But it's really good at evoking the first Monkey Island game's nighttime setting. The bluish lighting especially works really well here to emulate that. Generally, it's a great level, lots of interesting little buildings to explore, a jail, a library, a bar. It actually reminds me a lot of some of the levels in Outlaws. And speaking of Outlaws, this game actually borrows a few of the weapons too, the shotgun being one of them. As for the next demons introduced, we get given the piratey pinkies. It was so much more easy to dispatch with a cutlass, it makes them kind of a joke.
I'd feel bad, but I really don't.
One extra detail about this mod is the health is now alcohol, which...
Pass the whiskey.
Thank you.
I have seen before. But this is a bit different. The alcohol here comes in fragile glass bottles. And if you're too overzealous in your shooting, you might just deprive yourself of some health pickups. It's an interesting dynamic, but these bottles do have enough durability that it doesn't become a regular issue. It actually takes quite a bit more than you might expect to destroy them.
That is some surprisingly sturdy glass.
The other noteworthy part of this level is the piano, which has moving keys when you play it. That's just such incredible attention to detail, which is just this whole mod in a nutshell. There's just so much detail in every little thing, and the core combat itself feels immensely fluid. Doom's fast movement combined with the much more effective melee combat makes encounters really satisfying, while maintaining the appropriate risk.
And we only have a handful of the weapons so far. There's some really cool stuff ahead, trust me.
The third level, Treasure Cove, is pretty great too. The spelling of treasure here being a reference to Monkey Island 2, of course.
Welcome to Woodtick. No treasure hunting zone.
Treasure Cove highlights some of GZDoom's extra 3D capabilities. That bridge up there would not have been possible in the original versions, for example. You also have some water physics, which I've not seen in any other Doom mod before this one. It's wild.
Water physics in most games, yeah, whatever, seen it already. But water physics in Doom? That's when I lose my mind.
This one also brings back everyone's favourite high damage ankle biters, Lost Swords. They've always been annoying in classic Doom, but they're not as bad to deal with using these weapons in free look at least. Also, I got an invulnerability power up in this level, and I was pretty pleasantly surprised to learn that it was changed so it doesn't completely blow out your eyeballs when you get it.
My eyes, the goggles do nothing.
Instead of that blinding white, Pirate Doom makes that invulnerability filter a sepia tone. It's more piratey, sure, but it's also easier to look at. And my eyeballs are incredibly thankful.
Now the next level does something a little bit different. I mentioned before about the water physics, but would you believe me if I told you there was a level set entirely underwater?
Yeah, that's right. It's genuinely pretty spooky too. The sunken ghost ship muffles all your sound, so the usual cues you'd get for Doom enemies aren't as clear. Your movement is floatier and less easy to control. It's a genuine challenge. Anyway, this level brings back the bony boy himself, Lord of Dooting Skeletons, the king of Doom memes. It's the Revenant. So how do they translate those homing missiles he had before? Well, it's exploding pirates now, naturally. And beating him gets you the sawn-off shotgun, also borrowed from Outlaws. And it's pretty much as good as the double-barreled shotgun from the base game. Not a lot different there.
Why mess with perfection?
Level 4, the Barnacle Bar, really opens up the scale of the fights. It really starts throwing a lot more at you in general. I mean, Hell Knights are back too, and... ah, damn it, I broke my rum. You demon bastards are gonna pay for ruining my pina colada. Huh. Try your luck? What's this? Oh wow, this is a neat little oddity. A little random chance game that gives you items or enemies.
I take it, it's a super fun little addition.
That's not the strangest thing in this level though. I can't technically show you the strangest thing. Well, I can show you a few seconds. Yeah, at one point the game just starts playing Highway to Hell by AC/DC while you battle hordes of demons. I can't really explain it. Pirate Doom just loves throwing things like that at you.
And speaking of throwing weird things at you, it's time for level 5.
Remember in Blood when Caleb crashed his train into a carnival and there was a whole level with a bunch of circus things in it? Yeah, this level, titled Circus! Is basically that but taken to the nth degree. There are a whole bunch of attractions to look at and you progress by going through each one. So let's start with the freak show then. The amazing two-headed imp. Oh wow. The incredible three-eyed demon. Oh my goodness. The conjoined Bruiser Brothers. Yikes. And the unthinkable two-eyed cacodemon? No. Oh, that can't be. No! Keeping your stomach unchurned is then rewarded with dual pistols. Oh my yes, I like that. Use it now.
Well, if you insist.
These are definitely going to come in handy, especially with the damn chain gunners being thrown back into the mix. This level just throws so many bizarre activities at you. There's a tightrope walk, trampolining, general gauntlets of enemies, and then there's this bit with a treadmill. Well, this doesn't seem too bad. Wait, is it speeding up? Oh god. Oh no, not with the clown music. Help. Please help. Help!
All in all, good level. I only felt like throwing up maybe once or twice, so that's pretty good innings.
Onward to Booty Bay, if you know what I mean. And what I mean is, oh god, they are not slowing down the gauntlet of enemies, are they? There's a bit where you get to a vault in a bank and there's a whole bunch of chain gunners coming for you. I mean, what is this, Plutonia? Oh, and cacodemons are back now. And they have bandanas. It's cute.
Does anyone else just wish they could keep a cacodemon and just pet them? They're good orbs.
Pirate Doom is really good at making the levels flow in an organic way. Like, the way each level connects makes a lot of sense. It's one ongoing story, not a series of unconnected gauntlets. Like, for instance, Booty Bay ends with you getting on a ship, and as expected, the next level takes place on that ship. This is Battleships, which is a strange attempt at ship combat, which kinda works. You man the cannons and gun down opposing ships, and that's the whole level. It feels a little weird though. Like, I get that you're limited by what you can do with Doom, but it felt less like manning a cannon, and more like being given a specific weapon I could only use in 1 square foot of space. But it's pretty short, and at least a somewhat interesting gameplay detour, so it doesn't outstay its welcome whatsoever. Onwards to Plunder Island Fort. Plunder Island being one of the locations from The Curse of Monkey Island.
I'm going to use this opportunity to talk about the music in this mod. As far as I can tell, none of it is original, it all comes from other games.
It's not just Monkey Island music either, though there is a lot of that. There's music from Grim Fandango, Outlaws, Mario, even Banjo-Kazooie. This level in particular has a rendition of Grunty's Lair. It's one of those delightful things about mods. They're not necessarily bound by copyright law, at least most of the time, so you can get delightful little bits from other media showing up. Recognizing these different songs as they came up honestly put a smile on my face as I was playing. Anyway, Plunder Island 4 isn't particularly groundbreaking, but it's a solid and fun level. Also, hey look, a painting of LeChuck. Incidentally, it's the version of him from the special edition of Monkey Island 1.
I can't say I'm personally fond of that particular design for him, but it's nice to see him cameo nonetheless.
Towards the end of this one, you do get given the mini cannon, which is a hefty piece of kit. This thing rapidly fires miniature exploding cannonballs with a burst alt fire. It ended up being a mainstay weapon for me, mostly because the explosions themselves don't do damage to the player. That makes them incredibly good even at close range. So with that said, let's move onwards to the Lost City. This one starts out very eerie. You're dropped off in a foggy jungle area with very little enemies to be found. In fact, there aren't any of them anywhere. And the demons you do find are dead. Something ain't quite right here. Eventually you make your way into some ruins and are attacked by native tribespeople.
Huh.
As far as I can tell, these are a wholly unique enemy. I mean, yes, their animations are loosely based on the Archvile, but they're not his replacement because he's here too as the Witch Doctor. And because he's still the Archvile, I still hate his guts. He just makes this possibly vaguely racist noise now. Not entirely sure how I feel about gunning down actual tribespeople who aren't even demons either, but that's just how it is, I guess. The Lost City has some super interesting geometry though. I absolutely love this bridge made of bones with the snake head. It's just really awesome to see this kind of thing made for Doom. The level ends in this pretty great Temple of Doom-esque set piece, and it makes for a pretty fun fight. Other than that, the Lost City, while fulfilling a good pirate trope, wasn't my favourite. Not having the other demons to fight meant it got a bit repetitive, and the doors constantly closing in my face was mildly annoying as well. I mean, it looks good though. Next up, the Hot Winds of Hell.
There's nothing like the hot winds of hell blowing in your face.
I get it.
While I complained about the lack of demons in the last one, this one more than makes up for it by not only throwing a whole cavalcade of devilry at you, but also reintroduces everyone's favourite horny rocket boy, the Cyber Demon, who now sports a tank top. This one takes place on a ship parked in a river of lava, so a lot of the fighting, especially with the Cyber Demon, takes place on this fairly small deck. To even the odds, this level also hands you a cannon of your own. Not a mini one, a big one. Like a portable version of the one from the Battleships level. And, well, this is very much the stand-in for the rocket launcher. It also has an alt fire that fires a bouncing cannonball, which I used a couple of times maybe. Either way, I'm no Doom slouch, I play on ultra violence after all, so I make short work of the Cyber Demon.
So yeah, fun level. It's a compact and challenging little arena that's just fun to mess around in. Gotta respect that.
Onwards once more to Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Dead men tell no tales.
That's what I said. Oh boy, this one is a blast. Many of the basic enemies are replaced with ghostly versions of themselves, there's a spooky cemetery, and the Ghosts and Goblins theme is playing. It's almost like this is a special Halloween level that found its way into the game. You can even find jack-o'-lanterns in it. I love Halloween as a theme, so I am all the way in on this. Oh, and guess who's back in this one? It's the Pain Elemental. I was wondering at first where his pirate costume was, but then I saw his chin.
He calls it his Lost Soul Patch.
There's a lot of swampiness to this one as well as the cemetery, and I just think it's great. Honestly, this level reminded me a lot of another level from Blood, Boggy Creek, from the Cryptic Passage expansion. It seems to me that this mod took quite a few pointers from Blood's level design, which I'm all for because Blood is excellent.
And here I go talking about Blood again. I'm sorry.
This particular level culminates in a hedge maze full of beasties and then entering a castle. But not just any castle. This is Baron Castle. Okay, I mean the Barons don't turn up until the end, but this is another great one. I think it really highlights the range Pirate Doom has as a mod that it can pull off a gothic castle level and still make it work. For a mod so set on the singular theme of pirates, it really manages to keep a good variety going. Especially with these ever-increasing gauntlets of enemies, it is an immense amount of fun to fight through these hordes at this point, especially with all the weapons we have. Oh, and I forgot to mention another weapon. I now have dynamite, and the dynamite in this mod is really good. There was one moment where I spotted an Archvile's legs in a hidden room. I don't want to have to deal with that situation later on, so I just slipped a single dynamite in there, and that was it. He was dead. I always enjoy being able to channel my inner Easy Pete.
Bastard.
Oh! It's also a really great way to get rid of all the barons it throws at you at the end. It's just so satisfying to watch their hats fly off and hit the ceiling.
Believe it or not, the dynamite gets even more powerful later. Just you wait, it's too good.
Port Royale, another absolute banger of a level. Hordes of monsters to fight in a piratey port town. There are so many here that a lot of them just start infighting with each other as well. Seriously, it's an absolute onslaught. We're at the point where the mod just throws nearly everything it has at you, and we still need to introduce a couple of old friends. First of all, we have Arachnotrons now, who are steam powered and shoot mini cannons of their own. I assume that's actually the reason why the mini cannon doesn't harm me when I shoot it. It's actually a reskin of the plasma gun, which the Arachnotrons originally had. And then there's the Mancubus, wearing a tank top and creating an explosive barrel on death. It's a fun twist of them that actually caught me out the first time I fought one. Oh yeah, this thing? That's a Gatling gun. I have a Gatling gun now. It's quite nice. It even has an alternate fire which shoots even faster.
I feel the adrenaline, baby!
Double D! Relax, will ya?
It's the little things that keep you going.
Beating Port Royale takes you to the House of Mojo. I don't know what witchcraft went into making this, but the keys teleport, the world changes around you, doors teleport and loop back on themselves. It's nauseating, and it's supposed to be. It's designed to toy with your mind. I'm already fighting hordes of demons, that takes up most of my brain cells. You can't just start going all MC Escher on me, I didn't sign up for this. It's all worth it though, because this is the one that gives you the dynamite launcher. You heard me, it launches dynamite. Rapid fire. It's so good. It's so good. You can just carpet bomb whole areas because you get given so much ammo for it. It's a weapon of mass destruction.
I would actually say it's better than the BFG in pure damage output, seriously.
Throwing another cyber demon at me? Sure, I can take it. I mean, I literally just juggle him around because this thing is so good. Two Archviles? I have to laugh.
You think you can stop me now? I feel no fear. I feel no pain. I am the god of death and destruction.
Fair to say that it does get a bit less challenging with this thing, but is it fun? Oh god yes. The following level, Stronghold, feels a bit low-key compared to what we've seen so far. It doesn't do much to stand out, it's just fine. And that's about all I can say for it. It's a perfectly fine level, and I enjoyed it. Moving on. Then we have the Grog Factory. I'd actually say this one is the most traditional Doom level. Very industrial, lots of slime pits and such. But is that a bad thing? Absolutely not. It's another well-designed and fun experience. For most of the level, it's pretty close quarters, so you can't always just go in and lob dynamite without putting yourself at risk. At least, not until the end, which is an open arena showdown with Doom's toughest monsters. Look, I know you want me to be afraid of the Spider Mastermind, but I'm just not. How could I be at this point? She's been tossed around like a pizza at an Italian restaurant. But yes, the Grog Factory is another hit. There aren't many levels that miss here at all. The Lost City was probably my least favourite, but even that wasn't bad.
So now let's get ready for the final level. If I've convinced you to play this mod in any way whatsoever, turn back now. Play it for yourself. Even the title of the level is a spoiler.
So, you want spoilers, huh? Well, let's finish this with LeChuck's Hideout. This one is an absolute madhouse. It's not just the final boss, it's a gauntlet of greatest hits from the mod. Familiar areas and aesthetics recreated, even the entire first level is a part of this one somehow. And yes, LeChuck is here for real. LeChuck from Monkey Island, in Doom. But I mean, he's just up there. He's not a real boss fight, right?
Wrong.
Oh, hell yes. They actually have you fight the ghost pirate LeChuck as a unique boss fight at the end. He's no pushover either. He can fly, so you can't always pelt him with dynamite, and he can throw out his own dynamite, which means you can get a taste of your own medicine if you're not careful. It's just fantastic. I love that they put this in.
It's a very tense fight and a superb way to end the mod, but there is one last little treat.
After you finally beat down LeChuck, you get an epilogue where you get to meet Guybrush, Elaine, and a number of other Monkey Island 1 and 2 characters. Guybrush thanks the player for allowing him to be restored to his original self. Oh yeah, something I didn't mention is that LeChuck had turned the human pirates into demon pirates, and this included Guybrush. It's lucky we didn't end up killing the Guybrush demon though, because, the dead ones didn't change back. Don't worry, I won't tell anybody. Whoops. What a great mod this is, as a love letter to the Monkey Island series, a twist on the traditional Doom formula, and its own first-person shooter. It just excels on all accounts. It takes cues from games such as Blood to build upon the Doom experience and produce something immensely memorable with a great core gameplay loop.
The moment I played through this mod, I just knew it was going to be a favourite of mine, and I knew I had to talk about it someday. I wholeheartedly recommend this if you're a fan of Monkey Island or Doom. Doubly so if you're a fan of both.
I mean, the weapon balance is perhaps a little bit off, but it's still tricky. The level design is utterly impeccable, and like I said before, nearly every single map is a hit for me. I don't know if I can really level anything bad against it. It's just a damn good project that's worth playing, so give it a go.
Now if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to talking about actual Monkey Island games. Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching. I just wanted to mention that I'm currently doing YouTube full time. I'm not sure for how long exactly, but with your support, it could be permanent. Making sure to like the video and leaving a comment about what you enjoyed or what you might want to see in future, that all helps a lot. Subscribing and hitting the bell does too. Though if you'd like to go the extra mile and support me further, my Patreon currently has quite a few things you may enjoy. Not only do you get to see videos earlier than anyone else, but you also get bonus videos like me reacting to my old videos and talking about what I do differently in them now. It's pretty neat. You also get weekly update reports on my progress on videos, and honestly, you get my gratitude, and that's the most important thing of all. Also, yes, if you're wondering, I am still working on Monkey Island 2. It's been a bit of a tricky script to write, but hopefully I'll have it before the end of September. Take care everybody, I'll see you next time.